One of the most commonly asked questions we get over on the Ecom Season Instagram page is, how do I find a product to sell on Shopify or any other e-commerce platform? Usually people are talking about Shopify. Well, there's multiple variables that we're going to go through just in the next 10 minutes that will help you not only identify what type of product you should be looking for, but I'm also going to explain some of the ways that I keep my eye out in the marketplace so that I don't always have to be searching for a product in kind of a panic sense where I'm like, hey, I need to start a new store and I have to find a product by tonight. Instead, I can sit back, be a little bit more patient, and let those products come to me. So by doing these and studying these strategies, you're going to be able to have that happen on your side as well. You know, if you want to just keep a very general eye on the marketplace, and you'll start to notice things and you'll pick products, and it'll be something where you're not always in a place of urgency, which I think is super powerful. It's something I've been doing for many, many years. So if you're excited for this video, make sure to smash a quick like down below, subscribe to the channel if you are not yet already. And if you have any questions throughout the video, don't hesitate to drop it in the comments, okay? So finding products, what to look for. I want to talk about my personal criteria. This is the same thing we use inside of our advertising agency. If you guys are not familiar with what we do inside of there, it's pretty much 70% or so of our clients are starting from scratch, meaning they don't yet have a product that's truly proven. So a lot of what we're doing is identifying that product for them, meaning doing this exact format of research, building a store and then testing. The other 30% are there to scale. They're already doing $1,000 a day and they want help going to 500,000 a month, $1 million a month. And that's what we do inside the agency. So here's some of the base level criteria, okay? First of all, be aware, watch the market and social media. Pay a lot of attention to ads. Most people instantly, just it's force of habit. You're gonna skip the ads, you're skipping them, scrolling, people look for the word sponsored. Whenever it says sponsored post, I usually put more attention on that than whatever social media post would be from like a friend of mine, right? So if you can just keep your eye on those things, and when I say watch the market, it's just like if you're interested in real estate and you're jumping on Zillow or LoopNet or Crexy or whatever, and you're looking at real estate deals, you're just looking at the new stuff that pops up. Do the same thing. Amazon, AliExpress, different websites where these e-commerce vendors exist. And then again, social media, paying attention to ads and seeing what people promote, all these big influencers. Follow your favorite influencers that are inside your industry that you might want to be in. Pick a niche, fitness, food, whatever, and see what products they're promoting. You can gauge the response based on that. But be patient. And this is the key here. A product won't come overnight. You can force it if you want. I just want to make that clear. You can go find a product, but it's usually not the best option. And I've been in the position multiple times in my career where I've wanted to, not necessarily needed to, but really, really wanted to start a new store, something completely from scratch. I had time, I had the capital, I wanted to do it so that I can make extra money. And when I get an idea in my head, I'm a person who executes quickly. I need to do it right then and there. There's nothing, nothing else matters except that one thing. Everything else goes black. I just see that. And so that forces me to almost force a product. And oftentimes it leads to me not selecting the ultimate best product. I end up seeing something a week later where I'm like, woulda, coulda, shoulda. And sometimes I can't transition because the new product's already working. And you can't complain because if it's still a winner, but sometimes once you do this enough, you'll know which products would do better than others. So you just kind of see it. But the two things I look for, some people make fun of this, but hey, I don't know, results speak. A lot of people who say, oh, you should, I've literally seen YouTube ads for people saying, you don't need to look for a wow factor. You don't need a product that solves a problem. I'm like, and you, my friend, don't make any money. So shut up. This is just kind of my opinion on it. Everybody can do what they want, but two things that I look for, either a wow factor or a product that solves a problem. The reason this matters is not from the product perspective, it's from your marketing. This instantly generates ideas on how I am going to position this product. It affects if I need to brand it or not, because crazy viral products, you can very easily slap up a crappy little store and run ads on basically any platform to a younger demographic. With very specific problem-solving products, it requires more branding, more attention, which is going to mean more time, more energy, more research, and more money. And so you just have to be aware of that. My main brand is the single most boring product. If you were doing product research, you would never attempt to sell it. You would never even think that it would ever be a product you would want to sell, any of the main ones, because it is so boring, but it's so evergreen. There's always an audience for it. It will never go away. there's value in that, right? Not only is that company very sellable, which is great, but it's something that also spits off consistent cash flow for myself. And that also means now my team has just my team on that brand has an amazing career, because that store is not going anywhere, right? So it's just one of those things where those are some things that I look for, some base criteria, okay? Now, my approach, again, no rush, but when I'm actually doing research, I'm not looking for one product. I build a list of 5, 10, sometimes it's 20 products, and I try to keep these in any niche. Now, what I do want to say is, usually nowadays, whenever I'm starting something, and it's rare that I start something new, but there's certain industries that I think are better than others, in my opinion, for how I like to market. And that's different for everybody. Some people like to run different types of ads and focus on different things. But usually I already have an idea of what niche I want to sell in. And that makes the research a lot easier, because you're not just looking at everything that exists in the world. It's like, hey, what exists in the, I don't even know, lacrosse space, right? What exists there? Let me sell in this category inside the sports niche. So it drastically changes your focus. And I think that's really valuable. So maybe come up with niche ideas first. Weigh the pros and cons. Look at the audience sizing inside of those niches. What types of products are being sold? Maybe it's better to pick 3 niches and then just select a ton of products in those niches. Then you can pick the best ones, okay? So one thing I also do during this research, once I have this list of products, I'll compare and contrast sourcing quotes and or shipping times. So again, like we've talked about, no AliExpress. You can use it for research. You can use it to look at stuff and check out a product. That's cool, but never source off AliExpress. Everyone's like, oh, what do I do? Okay, look, I can't just give you the name of a private supplier, because the people that I work with won't work with you. It's just as simple as that, because there is no personal relationship built there. And if you don't have very high order volume, they won't even respond back to your message. And that's just the name of the game. It's just like anything else. You have to have a relationship there, and there has to be something that makes it entertaining or interesting for them. Which, in that situation, it's a business transaction, so you would need to be able to bring enough order volume to the table. Now, you can use different dropshipping agents, and this is why things like our e-commerce program are so very valuable, because we give you those people. I also give you one of my private suppliers, so that if you are doing order volume, and I explain that very carefully, because if you reach out to them, and this has happened to many people, they reach out when they are not within the qualifications, that person will never reply to you ever again. That's literally how they do it. Because that person has so many people that reaches out, and it's something where to them, they definitely operate a little bit off the ego. And if you bother them or upset them with that, they just will never deal with you, never help you. And that's just something you have to learn. I've noticed that with a lot of private suppliers. They're not doing what makes the most sense from a business perspective. That's just me relaying a message and knowing, because I've been in this space. It's really stupid, but it is what it is. So no AliExpress, you can find private suppliers, you can do a whole mess of different things. But as you exist in this industry for a longer period of time, you're going to be able to build relationships, because if you're using a third-party fulfillment and not even ordering inventory or doing anything, you're going to get to know those people, and then they can start putting you in touch with the 2 manufacturers for the different products you're selling, and from there they can give you the contacts for 5 of the different main sourcing agents that bring that manufacturer a bunch of business. And now you got 6, 7, 8 contacts, and whenever you have a new product you want to do, then you can start getting some sourcing quotes from each of those, because each of the suppliers doesn't just work with that manufacturer. They probably have 6 more. So now you can start using these individual suppliers, basically, who are third-party people, to then go source quotes for you. It's almost like having 5 different real estate agents for you in a very similar but large market, because they know different people who are selling. They can all find different off-market listings. It's kind of like that. So I like to compare and contrast the sourcing quotes and shipping times, because not all products are created equal. If you, and this is not from a general perspective, someone's probably sourcing it. So I guarantee you someone's sourcing it with faster shipping and cheaper costs than you. But if you can't do it, then that product might not make sense. So you got to compare that against your list to find what product would actually be the best for you to start. Okay, again, like I mentioned, personally, whenever I'm trying to start something new, I already know what niche I want to sell in. Okay, it's also been a long time since I did a cold search for a product where I had to find something tonight to make money with. I've done certain challenges and stuff inside of our e-commerce program as I scale ads live and whatnot, but I keep it pretty simple. And again, AliExpress, great platform that you can use for research. I don't even know what we should type in inside of here. Phone case, it's the most broad thing ever. But you can easily find products. You can filter by orders. You can see, 97,000 orders. So there's a demand for these different things. Now, I wouldn't go with a normal bland phone case. I like to build some sort of brand feel around it. So find a cool leather case, or a crocodile skin case, or something that's like, a squishy plushie or has like a dog on it. One of my first actual product that started making me money was an iPhone case that had a picture of a dog on it. It was a husky, and that operated inside of a specific niche. So it wasn't just phone cases. I could target dog people. Okay, and then I could do all sorts of cross-referencing with targeting phone case and dog people who are interested in both. Dog people, narrowing for people who have iPhone, each different model of the iPhone that I had the case for. So there's a lot of different things you could do. And so just scrolling around and getting an idea, keeping a general eye on the market, that is how we find products. And inside of our agency, we test probably 80 to 120 new products every single month. So well over 1,000 a year. And that sounds crazy, but between our 16 different media buyers, that's what we do because we're very good at it. It's something where we have a system built out to not only find products, but you got to test them. And not every product's going to work. We have clients where their third product works. We have others where it takes 25, and it just depends. But when you're coming to us as an agency and you want us to build something completely from scratch, you have no experience, there's no data, you have a small budget, you don't have a good store, and you want us to also find the product and then do all the ads and the creatives, you realize we're building an entire business from scratch. It's not something that's going to be done in a week. Yet people come in with a false expectation. So if you're doing things on your own, understand that it is going to take some time. If it takes us time, it takes us 2 months, 3 months, whatever for a client. For me, it took 8 months when I was first getting started. It probably will fall somewhere in that middle, just from an average time. If you're going through a few courses, you're studying, you're actually trying, it might take 2 to 8 months. I think that's a reasonable range to kind of find that first product, get some sales coming in, and go from there. So just having the right expectations in every business is super important. That's something that I believe in. So I hope this video helped open your eyes to finding a product, some of the criteria to look for, and then I think the most important thing in this video is don't force it. You can force a product if you want, but if you just learn to kind of keep your eye on all these different things, when you see ads, click on them, you get targeted by more, and see what they're doing on their store. And maybe that ad, you go to their store for, if it's an e-commerce product, they have 8 other products, and one of those catches your eye, and you start looking into that. It just sparks ideas. So just keep the ideas flowing freely and keep your eye on the marketplace. I think that's the best option. Honestly, that's something that I've been doing for 5+ years. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you got some value. Make sure to smash a quick like. If you have any questions at all, product research, ads, or advertising agency, whatever, make sure to drop a comment down below. You can also book an absolutely free call with one of our client managers inside of our advertising agency if you want to see exactly how we structure that and how we might be able to work with you. All right. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.